Today, we take a look at all the fantastic dining options on the Norwegian Getaway. What's up, everybody? It's your boy DC. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a look at all 18 dining options on the NCL Getaway, and I'll break down the complimentary or included options as well as the specialty dining options that you have to choose from. We'll even take a look at the luxury dining options available for you on the Getaway. And I'll even share some of the dishes we had on our recent cruise. Before we get started, make sure that you like this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can follow along on our sailing journey. And of course, share this video with your friends, share it with your homies. We would love for them to come on board. All right, let's start off by taking a look at all the complimentary dining options on the NCL Getaway. Now we'll start off with the main dining rooms, also referred to as MDR. Now the Getaway has three main dining options for you. Those would be Savor and Taste, which are both located in Deck 6 in the aft of the ship, as well as the Manhattan Room, which is located on Deck 7 in the aft of the ship. Now, all three main dining rooms do have the same menu every night, so for the most part, it just really depends on what location you decide to eat at. The locations are typically open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on most days, and the menu each day or night will feature several standard options that you can order any day, but there'll also be items that rotate depending on the day of the week. Now, one of my favorite dishes to have in the main dining room for dinner was fettuccine alfredo, and I believe that's one of the standard options that you can have every night. Next up, let's jump over to the Garden Cafe Buffet. Now, this is located on Deck 15, and the Getaway has actually a really large buffet, which takes up about a third of the deck. And it does wrap around to both sides. Now, depending on the meal, the buffet will have many staple items. So like, for example, in the breakfast, you'll have eggs and pancakes and breakfast meats. In the afternoon, for lunch, you'll have burgers and hot dogs and pizza, and also for dinner. Now, they'll also have a few build-your-own locations, such as omelets or pasta or salad. I think even some carving stations, depending on your meal. If there's one other must-have, it's Ocean's Bar and Grill. Now, located on Deck 7 in the middle of the ship, Ocean's is a pub-style venue, and it's available 24 hours a day. They also do serve a small breakfast menu, but it's an absolute must that you'd have to have the wings when you're at Ocean's. Not only are they some of the best wings that I've ever had at sea, they may be some of the best wings that I've ever had in my entire life, so definitely check them out. Norwegian does have a couple other options or venues that are available and considered included or complimentary dining. One of them is the American Diner. So this is set up like a retro 50 styles diner, and it serves standard items that you'd find on a diner menu like cheeseburgers, meatloaf, and milkshakes. This is located on Deck 16 in the back of the ship, and this venue is technically listed on Norwegian's website as being open 24 hours, but that isn't accurate. They do have a small breakfast buffet in the morning, and they are open for their standard menu for lunch and dinner during the day. Many of the items that are on the menu, to be honest, can also be found at Ocean's. So, if you have an opportunity, you can check it out. But if you're going to skip one venue, you can definitely skip this one. You also have Shanghai's Noodle Bar. This is located on Deck 7 in the mid part of the ship. And this quaint little venue features an Asian fusion menu, which includes items like pot stickers, spring rolls, and a variety of noodle dishes and even some soups. All right, let's move on to talk about specialty dining. Now, the Getaway features a total of 8 specialty dining venues, which includes Cagney Steakhouse, Teppanyaki, La Cucina, La Bistro, Ocean Blue, Moderno, the Raw Bar, and Musabi. Let's start off by taking a look at the restaurants that we've actually dined at on the Getaway. So we're going to start off with Cagney's. So this is an American-style steakhouse, and it's one of my favorite steakhouses to dine at. We generally eat here every time that we sail on Norwegian. The must-haves for this venue include, for appetizers, the crab cake and the jumbo shrimp. You also have several options and different types of steak to choose from, including ribeye, filet mignon, which I tend to go with, and the New York strip steak. There's also a surf and turf, but that is an upcharge of $25 for the lobster tail, which is included. But you absolutely must have the OMG caramel butterscotch cheesecake. It's to die for. Next up is Teppanyaki. This is a Japanese-style hibachi restaurant. You'll join a small group of other guests to a front row seat to basically an entertainment cooking experience, which happens on the grill right in front of you. It's a fun experience, and the food honestly was amazing. We recommend the Ito, which is a combination of scallops and shrimp. Next up is Ocean Blue. So you're going to experience a delicious seafood meal in a refined and elegant dining setting. Must-haves for Ocean Blue include the blazing shrimp and the pan-seared scallop apps, fisherman's platter, which you can get either fried or grilled, and lobster at an upcharge. And they also have a variety of grilled fish for you to choose from. Now, Ocean Blue also has 4 amazing desserts to choose from. I recommend the vanilla cheesecake in a jar. It was killer. All right, next up is Moderno Churrascaria. I'm pretty sure I butchered that pronunciation, but this is the Brazilian steakhouse, and honestly, it's a must. You're gonna start with a really impressive salad bar that includes imported cheeses and olives, curated meats, and specialty salads, and they even have sushi rolls there. After you're done the salad bar, the pasadores will come around with skewers of slow roasted meats carved tableside. I do recommend doing this experience earlier in the cruise. We made the mistake twice of having this towards the end of our cruise when we basically had nowhere else in our body to store food, and we really didn't fully get to enjoy the experience. Now, another specialty dining venue is Le Bistro. This is French cuisine at its finest. We didn't eat here on our last cruise, but we have dined at Le Bistro on other ships. And you can enjoy some of the classics like French onion soup or goat cheese croquettes for appetizers, followed by main courses like pork chops, lamb chops, or braised chicken. Now, you also have La Cucina, which is the Italian dining option on the NCL Getaway. While we've never dined here, mostly due to Jen's dietary restrictions, we've often heard great things, and they do have like personal pizzas here, followed by some main entrees, all of which are written in the menu in Italian, so I'm not going to try to pronounce them, but the English versions are items like pork marsala, chicken cacciatore, and beef lasagna. And of course, you'll probably want to finish this all off with fresh cannolis or a tiramisu. A few other venues in the specialty dining realm include the Raw Bar. They will give you a menu of oysters, shellfish, crudos, and signature wine by the glass. Now, this only has counter seating, and the food is prepared right in front of you. It's a nice little spot to check out if you're on the go. Located near the Raw Bar is Wasabi, and this is a sushi restaurant with a bunch of standard items for selection. Most of the rolls are basic rolls, such as like a spicy tuna or California. They do have some second tier options like a dragon roll or a rainbow roll. And they also have items such as nigiri or sashimi that give you several options. Now, you do have a couple grab and go options on the Getaway, but these do both come at a cost. The first is the dolce gelato. So, they have slow churned Italian gelato, right? It's basically Italy's answer to ice cream. I believe they have around 12 different flavors to choose from. And again, these are an additional cost. This is located outside on deck 8. So it's a great snack if you're walking around or just hanging out on the waterfront, especially on a warm day. Located on the inside at the exact same spot of the ship is the bake shop. So this is where you're going to indulge your sweet tooth with decadent treats such as macaroons, chocolate bonbons, and gourmet cupcakes. Again, these are all at an upcharge, but they are delicious. And finally, let's talk about luxury dining. While Jen and I have never cruised in the Haven restaurant is a private fine dining experience for guests of the Haven. So they serve a bunch of unique signature dishes, and they have a selection of wine offerings. Again, we've never been able to afford it, but when we look at the menu, it does look amazing. And there you have it. Those are all your dining options on the NCL Getaway. So which restaurant is your favorite? Drop us a comment down below and let us know. We do try to reply to all comments. And until next time, as always, stay salty, stay adventurous, and happy cruising. Depending on the meal, the buffet,